Have you ever wondered how a seemingly random encounter can change the course of your life? So begins the story of Amalia, a 30-year-old English teacher living alone. Her days were filled with a predictable routine: teaching, returning to an empty home, and grappling with the overwhelming sense of isolation. Her heart ached with the loss of Pedro, her boyfriend of 5 years, who had tragically died in a car accident. One day, as she walked down the bustling city streets, she noticed a young boy. His name was Caius, a street kid with sadness etched deeply in his eyes. He was alone, just like her. Amalia felt a pull, an empathy for Caius that she couldn't ignore. She decided to extend her hand, offering him a warm meal and a place to rest for the night in her small apartment. And so, a bond was formed between Amalia and Caius, a bond that would change their lives forever. What happens when a bond grows so strong that it feels like family? As the days turned into weeks, Caius began to frequent Amalia's apartment. The visits were not just a respite from the harsh city streets for him, but also a lifeline for Amalia. She found herself looking forward to the stories Caius would share, his laughter echoing in her otherwise quiet apartment. Their bond grew, a friendship blossoming amidst shared meals and shared stories. But it was more than just a friendship. For Amalia, Caius filled a void she didn't know existed. He brought a sense of purpose and joy into her life, a life that had been marked by solitude and grief. For Caius, Amalia was the beacon of hope he never knew he needed. She was kind and caring, a pillar of strength he could lean on. Together they found not just company, but a sense of belonging. One day, Caius shared his past with Amalia. He told her about his abandonment, about his life on the streets, about never knowing the love of a family. His words struck a chord in Amalia's heart. She too had known the sting of loss, the emptiness that comes from being left alone. In that moment, Amalia made a decision that would alter both their lives. She decided she wanted to be more than just a friend to Caius. She wanted to be his family. And so, with a heart full of love and determination, Amalia adopted Caius. He was no longer just a street boy visiting her, he was her son. The happiness that followed was overwhelming. Caius finally had a home, a place where he was loved and cared for. Amalia had someone to share her life with, someone who understood her pain and her love. They found solace in each other, a sense of belonging that neither had experienced before. In their shared pain, they found shared joy, a family, and a home. What happens when the beacon of hope suddenly goes out? As time passed in the new family's life, a shadow fell. Caius, the street boy who had become the light in Amalia's world, fell gravely ill. Despite the best efforts of doctors, Caius passed away at the tender age of 20. The loss was a devastating blow to Amalia, who felt like she had lost a part of her soul. In the wake of this heartbreaking event, Amalia found herself in a world of silence and sorrow, much like the isolation she experienced before Caius came into her life. The apartment, which once resonated with the joyous laughter of Caius, was now filled with deafening silence. But amidst the quiet, Amalia could still hear the echoes of Caius's voice, his laughter, his hopes, and dreams. Grieving, she yearned for the comfort of Caius's presence, yet she knew that he was gone. But in her heart, she believed he was still with her. She realized that Caius had not completely left her. He lived on in her memories, in her heart, and in the lessons he taught her about love, compassion, and resilience. In her darkest hour, she found solace in these memories. She kept Caius alive in her heart, filling it with love and warmth. She spoke of him often, sharing stories of his bravery, kindness, and the love they shared. Amalia continued to live, not just for herself, but for Caius as well. Despite the profound sense of loss, Amalia found strength in the love she had for Caius. She understood that while life is indeed fraught with loss and sadness, it is also filled with moments of love and hope. For her, Caius was that flicker of hope in her darkest days. And even though he was no longer physically present, his memory continued to light her way. Life is indeed full of sadness and loss, but even in the darkest of moments there is still hope. For Amalia, Caius was that hope, and even though he is gone, his memory continues to give her strength.